The Excel back with another NFXL podcast, and it's the final wildcard weekend game on Monday Night Football to decide who heads to New England out of the Houston Texans who go to the Pittsburgh Steelers. One team heading into the postseason at full sports car speed in the Texans meet a solid, reliable form of transport in the Steelers. Can the Steelers find a way past the flying Texans? Rankings wise, this is a pretty ugly picture for the Steelers fans to face up to. The Texans have the best defense in the league and rank 15th for offense, whereas the Steelers rank 20th for offense and 21st for defense. But there's one ranking they can look at with a good deal of hope. The Steelers rank 11th for red zone efficiency against the Texans ranking a 30th. Pittsburgh have been hugely effective passing the ball in the red zone and also defending the run themselves in the red zone. And with Houston struggling in that manner, maybe there's hope there. So question number one from this then is can the Steelers get into the red zone to allow them to score points against this awesome Texans defense? Well, they've scored 21 points or more in 13 of 18 games this season, all of which saw them score three touchdowns or more. Looking back through their game logs, they have produced plenty of big plays early in drives to get them downfield. Long bombs from Rodgers being a feature, as well as some 30-yard plus rushes and turnovers or defensive scores. So they tend to get themselves into scoring position and then maximise it. They've also been very efficient on opening drives, scoring 5 touchdowns and 4 field goals on opening drive this season, with 7 punts and a pick on a Mason Rudolph deep pass to DK Metcalf. Houston has allowed 8 touchdowns to tight ends this season, which is a favoured method of the Steelers to get scores. 8 of their 26 receiving touchdowns come from tight ends. The Texans are the 6th toughest team for wide receivers to face, though, so getting those deep passes downfield could be a challenge for them here. The potential DK Metcalf versus Derek Stingley matchup could be vital for Metcalf to have some wins if the Steelers are to prevail in this one. The Texans also have been pretty tough on running backs, although they have allowed 12 rushing touchdowns from this season. So again, if the Steelers can get downfield, Jalen Warren and or Kenny Gainwell will need to punch it in for them at least once. And Houston are the 3rd worst team for quarterbacks to face, so it may require the Steelers to win the field position and generate turnovers if they are to get into scoring range. But how can on the flip side, what can Houston do to win this game? Pittsburgh have been the 6th nicest team for quarterbacks to face this season, so CJ Stroud could have joy. Sorry, that's my phone binging away in the background. We're just going to have to ignore that. So CJ Stroud could have joy finding Dalton Schultz as the Steelers are the 4th best team for tight ends to face, and his wide receivers and join the party too can join the party too, as the Steelers are 8th best for them to face. But the running game may struggle against the Steelers, who are 5th toughest on opposing running backs. And with the Steelers being so tough defending their own end zone and the Texans' own red zone inefficiency, this could be another busy day for the excellent Texans kicker, Kaimi Fairbairn, in which case they cannot afford to turn the ball over in their own half. Stroud has only 8 picks this season, but 5 of those were in his own territory. So he needs to avoid those errors here against the Steelers D that has made 15 picks this season. I struggle to see the Texans scoring multiple touchdowns in this game, and as such, whoever gets in front in this game could well prevail. If the Texans D keep the Steelers off the scoreboard early, allowing their offense to play risk-free football, they will probably kick their way to a win again. They have attempted 52 field goals while scoring just 30 touchdowns this season, which comes back to my earlier point about red zone efficiency. But if the Steelers get a lead in the first half, that may make the Texans take a risk or two, which could be their undoing. Two key factors will decide this. Can CJ Stroud play the clean game, and can DK Metcalf get any big plays in this game? I think this is the toughest game to call of all the wildcard week games, but I'll go with the Texans with the decisive factor actually being the Texans' pass rush getting to Aaron Rodgers often enough to disrupt that Steelers passing game. So I'm going to take the Texans to win this by 22 points to 17, and that will round out the final 8 in this season's quest for the Lombardi Trophy. We know we're going to have a new winner with the Eagles having got out last night. So enjoy tonight's game, and I'll come back with an updated look at the postseason picture and an updated mock draft after we know what's happened tonight. So see you soon.